They call him the final boss. He'll be 35 in July. I'm talking about Seung-hwan Oh. I know I mispronounced that, but hey, whatever. If there was going to be an O that came over and dominated in the big leagues, I didn't think this would be him. I thought it would have been the home run king. I'm going to butcher his name too, Sadahara or whatever. But anyway, this guy basically unseated Trevor Rosenthal as the closer. Uh, I'm not sure. Maybe Trevor Rosenthal unseated himself. Chicken and the
A
egg
little both.
kind of scenario. Yeah, but he was the answer and the solution that they needed for that problem. He had 14 holds, getting his feet wet as a first year major league player. And then once he got into the closer role, he converted 19 to 23 opportunities. I mentioned only five relievers had an 18% or greater swinging strike rate. He was the fifth.
Yep.
So for everything we're saying about Edwin Diaz, he's right there. Please tell me a little bit more about Mr. O.
Yeah, well, I think, as exciting as Diaz is, where he has like the huge potential and upside, and I hate to use this term with fantasy baseball guys, but sexiness, always a little bit more safe, where I think he's going to be secure in that role. You're not going to have to worry about him bouncing, here or there. I think he's the closer. I think he's going to be the closer for the next few years. And the stuff is great. He's another fastball slider guy, which is typically the norm when it comes to relief pitchers. Though I know a guy like Kimbrel maybe pitches in a curveball. You typically want that, nasty break and pitch that can sort of a wipeout slider, which is something he does have, but he has good control of it. The great fastball as well. Velocity's higher than I thought it was. He also mixes in a sinking fastball a little bit, and every so often will throw a curveball. So I like the overall package, the fact that he can mix it up a little bit. He knows how to pitch. Throws a lot of strikes too. Another guy with a low walk per nine. I think it was maybe two. I think it was actually two even. And he was still getting the case, 11 and a half, which isn't great, but pretty good for a reliever. And, he's in the Cardinals. They're going to be a solid team. He's going to get opportunities at the end of games. And I think he's very reliable. There's no sort of fluctuation. He knows how to pitch.
Okay. Yeah, St. Louis finished 23rd in the league last year with 55 save opportunities. The 3 years before that, had a little more consistency, finishing first, 11th, and 5th. So basically right around the top 10. If you put any bearing on that for your closers, there are some numbers for you there. I mentioned he's going to be 35. I personally don't worry too much about age, especially with closers. Him turning 35 in July really means little to me. But I will say he's going off the board as the sixth closer at pick 80, so right around the mid-sixth round. Not to continue harping on Diaz, but if those are my two options in that same price range, I think I'd much rather go with the youth and the upside of the K's with Diaz. Not that O hasn't been great, but if you look at and compare the two stat lines that we've seen, I don't know that anybody can maintain a 15K per nine ratio, but certainly I think it will exceed what O can put up. So that O is really, really, really good, and I like him a lot this year. But I'd reverse that order, and I'd consider him a great consolation prize if I miss out on Diaz.